Good evening. I'd like to call the work session of the Mayor and City Council of Laurel on Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022 to order. We have two items on the agenda tonight. Our first agenda item is a bid recommendation, fiber construction department with the Department of Information and Technology. Director Frost, you have the floor. Director Frost. All right, we'll move around to agenda item number 2, and we'll circle back to item number 1. Agenda item number 2 is ordinance number 1995, an ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of Laurel, Maryland, to amend Chapter 17, Traffic, Article 2, Operations of Vehicles of the Laurel City Code by adding Section 17-16C, Speed Monitoring Systems in the residential districts, to authorize the placement of speed monitoring systems in the residential districts in the city with the maximum posted speed limit of 35 miles per hour and providing an effective date. Mayor Mo, you have the floor.
I think the chief will take the lead on this one, okay?
Thank you, Mayor. Am I okay to go, Council President?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So good evening, Council President Smith, Mayor Mo, and the entire City Council. And thank you for this opportunity to speak here this evening. Before you is ordinance number 1995, allowing for the expansion of our speed camera program within certain residential districts in the city. As you know, traffic and pedestrian safety are primary concerns for the Laurel Police Department and many of the people who live in and visit the communities we serve here in Laurel, but especially for this mayor and council. With that in mind, we're always searching for ways to enhance our ability to provide for such safety and to make our streets, and communities safer. During the last legislative session, the Maryland legislature enacted enabling legislation, which allows for the expansion of the speed camera program within certain residential districts, including many within the city of Laurel. We believe by doing such, we will be able to better address traffic and pedestrian safety concerns within our community, helping to make our roadways safer for everyone. The automated traffic safety program is simply a force multiplier that allows us to better serve the needs of the community, especially when it's used in conjunction with our other traffic safety measures. By approving this measure, allowing for the expansion of the speed camera program, we will be enhancing community safety. Tonight, we are respectfully requesting your support for Ordinance 1995. Thank you, and we are available for any questions you may have.
All right. Thank you, Chief. Any questions from the council? I'll go down the line. Councilman DeWalt.
Just some comments along with Chief Hamill. Our jobs as council members are always to improve the quality of life for our constituents and our citizens and the people who visit our great city. And right in the ordinance itself, it says authority to pass such ordinance is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the municipality. And adoption of this authority will protect the health, safety, and welfare of the residents of Laurel and the visitors to our city. I would echo everything that the chief said. I mean, the police can't be everywhere, but it will give them another tool. If you look at the environmental designs that we've had through Public Works, and I always brag about the one on Montrose Avenue where we always would be running radar and we would always get complaints about speeding. And that environmental design works absolutely perfect there. And but there are some areas where we can't do things like that. And this is going to give the police and public works, this is going to give them another tool in reducing the speed. And I know people, some people say, oh, it's just a money maker, but the money we make from the revenue that we get from these speed monitor devices are going to be used and put straight back into safety. And also, I would like the citizens to know out there that we're not just going to put this right out there without notifying them that these areas exist, because we live in a unique city where we have many highways, we have an interstate right within our jurisdictional boundaries almost, and they cut through our cities, and people use our city as a cut through. And I can look at Ward 2 and you can see Oxford Drive, you could see Cypress Street, Westmeath, and Kilbarron. They use cut throughs and they travel very, very fast because they're either trying to get home or get to work. And then if you come down to Ward 1, you'll see Main Street, PG Street, Montgomery, almost 2 miles of Montgomery Street. And then you got Talbot Avenue, which we got a constituent on our transportation and public safety board who lives in the 600 block, and they have an accident in the 300, 400, and 500 block of Talbot Avenue almost every 4 to 5 months, where they're traveling so fast they run up into her yard. This will be another tool, and what it does, and it's right on the ordinance, we're going to publish notice of the location of the speed monitoring system on our website and in a newspaper that's readily available in the city. And for the first 30 days, we're going to issue warnings. So these commuters and these people that like to speed and try to come into our city and speed, we're going to give them a warning for 30 days. Plus, it's going to be readily available, and they're going to see that we have these cameras, and we're going to be warning them for 30 days. And you got to remember, the cameras don't activate until 12 miles over the limit that they're at. If it's 25, which most of our residential areas are 25, they're not going to get a ticket until 37 miles per hour. And that's way too fast for somebody driving down my street at 37 miles an hour. It's way too fast for them to stop in the event that a child or an animal or a parent or something comes out onto that roadway in a residential area. And also, it's only a civil citation where you pay your $40 fine. It doesn't get reported to your insurance company. It doesn't go on your driving record, and there's no points involved with it. And like I said, just recently, the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, had posted in there, because of COVID, during the COVID pandemic, the fatals and nationwide have increased because of this speed. And unless we don't get a grip on this, the warm weather's coming. We're looking at 70 Sunday and Monday. The warm weather's coming. And I saw in the management staff meeting where the chief has already said, we're preparing for that warm weather with a lot of traffic enforcement. That's what happens when the weather gets warm. And if we can prepare it and have one more tool in our arsenal as far as council members, we can definitely help improve the quality of life for our citizens. That's all I have, Council President. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman DeWalt. Councilman Sidnor, any comments?
Yes, I have some comments. I kind of made these comments to the mayor and some of the senior administrative staff. I make them public as well. I personally think we should wait until the traffic study come back before we take any actions. I just want to put that on record. And also, I've always been an advocate of speed calming devices before I advocated for any speed monitoring systems. So I still advocate for speed calming devices, but I know this is a majority decision. So I'll always be advocating for that first. I understand that I always advocate for traffic devices in school zones, hospital zones. I have not an issue with that. But from day one, when I came on this council in 2017, I advocated for speed calming devices. And I think we should do speed calming devices first. But, it's not my decision. That's just something I advocated for. I just want to put that on record as well. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Sidnor. Councilman Mitchell, any comments or questions for the chief?
Well, I guess my question was, is the traffic study, has that been completed yet?
Chief?
It has not been completed yet. That we have not received our copy of it yet, at least.
Okay. Okay. No, that was my only question. Thank you.
Thanks, Councilman Mitchell. And Councilman Cole, any comments or questions for the chief?
Just a couple of comments. I really support this legislation. I like the fact that we're introducing this now. We all know that it takes several weeks to get an ordinance passed. By passing this now, it'll allow us to fully institute stuff from the traffic study in a timely manner instead of having to start this process after receiving the traffic study. This doesn't say that we're putting cameras everywhere. It just gives us the ability, once we have the data, to back it up. So no further comments.
Thank you, Councilman Cole, and I myself am in support of this. So if moving on to an introduction. We'll have an introduction and first public hearing at the mayor and city council meeting on Monday, March 14th, 2022. I'd like to circle back to agenda item number 1, the bid recommendation fiber construction at Greenview Pool. And is Director Frost available?
I'm here, Mr. President. Apologize for that. My computer was set up for headphones, and it took me a second to figure out what was going on, but I'm here now. Tonight before you is the last fiber construction project of probably 6 to 8 that we've done over the last couple of years. When this project is complete, all city buildings will have City of Laurel private fiber network will be complete. I don't think that's the last of fiber projects we'll do, but this will get our fiber subsurface to all our buildings from City Hall. So a couple of years, but it's going to be well worth it long term. The cost of this project is going to be about $71,000. It is funded in the CIP. The project itself will pick up our 204 Fort Meade Road fiber at the intersection of 197 and 198. We'll splice it in there, and then we'll run it down 197 into the Greenview pool. The vendor is Eastcom Limited of Upper Marlboro. They've been our vendor for the last several years. They do good work for us. They are master contractors on the state of Maryland cable and wiring outside plant master contract. So that is the funding source. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Any questions from the council? All right, well, the council agrees we'll award the bid recommendation at the mayor and city council meeting on Monday, March 14th, 2022. And there being no further business to come before the mayor and city council, this meeting is now adjourned.